In the heart of the desert, under the scorching sun, and amidst the relentless winds, the Israelites wandered, their spirits as parched as the land around them. The journey from Egypt to the Promised Land, which was supposed to be a brief passage, had turned into a grueling test of faith, patience, and obedience. It was in this wilderness that God's people faced their greatest trials, and it was here that the lessons of their failures and the consequences of their actions were etched into the fabric of their collective memory. One of the most striking and unsettling moments in this narrative is God's declaration that the bodies of the rebellious generation would fall in the wilderness. This was not a mere threat. It was a vivid, concrete reality. The use of the word corpses, instead of simply saying, "you will fall," is a deliberate choice. It forces the Israelites to confront the brutal truth of their own mortality. They are not just facing a temporary setback. They are staring death in the face. This is a stark reminder that rebellion against God has real, tangible consequences. It is not an abstract concept, but a brutal, physical fact. The rebellion of the Israelites is deeply rooted in the human condition. They were afraid, and their fear led them to doubt God's promise and provision. When the scouts returned from Canaan with a report that the land was indeed flowing with milk and honey, but was also inhabited by powerful nations, the people were overwhelmed. They forgot the miracles that had delivered them from Egypt, and the daily miracles that sustained them in the desert. Instead, they listened to the scouts who warned of giants and fortified cities, and they chose to believe that they were not strong enough to conquer the land. Their fear turned into rebellion, and their rebellion sealed their fate. The consequences of this rebellion are not limited to the generation that doubted. The text makes it clear that the children of the rebellious generation will bear the consequences of their parents' actions. This is a profound statement about the intergenerational impact of sin. The children, who were not part of the original rebellion, will spend 40 years in the wilderness, unable to enter the Promised Land until the last of the doubters has died. This is a harsh reality, but it also serves as a powerful lesson in the importance of faith and obedience. The children will witness the consequences of their parents' actions, and, one hopes, learn from them. The story of the Israelites in the wilderness is not just a historical account. It is a mirror that reflects the human struggle with doubt, fear, and rebellion. We see in their journey our own tendencies to question, to doubt, and to disobey. The harsh consequences they faced serve as a warning, but they also offer a glimmer of hope. Despite their failures, God did not abandon them. He continued to provide for them, to guide them, and to offer them a chance to repent and learn. The episode of the man gathering wood on the Sabbath is a particularly stark example of the consequences of rebellion. This man, who chose to defy God's commandment, was stoned to death by the entire community. This act of communal judgment is a powerful statement about the importance of obedience and the severe consequences of willful disobedience. It is a reminder that the community's adherence to God's laws is not just a matter of individual piety, but a collective responsibility. The command to wear fringes on the corners of their garments is another significant element in this narrative. The fringes, or tzitz, serve as a constant reminder of God's commandments. They are a tangible symbol of the covenant between God and the Israelites, a daily reminder to remain faithful and to keep God's laws. This simple act of wearing fringes is a powerful tool against the temptation to stray. It is a visual and tactile reminder of the commitment to follow God's ways, even in the midst of doubt and temptation. The Israelites' journey in the wilderness is a story of trial and error, of failure and redemption. It is a story that resonates with the human experience, reminding us that our choices have consequences, but also that there is always a path to redemption. The harsh realities of the wilderness, the falling of the corpses, and the intergenerational consequences of rebellion are sobering reminders of the importance of faith, obedience, and community. In the end, the story of the Israelites in the wilderness is a call to reflect on our own lives and the choices we make. It is a reminder that our actions have consequences, and that the path to the promised land is not always easy, but it is always worth the journey. The wilderness may be harsh, but it is also a place of transformation.